wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God. DJ Envy is not here, but we got Nyla Simone, Jess Hilarious, of course, and we got the greatest lyricist in the world, whose name is not Kendrick Lamar. Rapsody is here.
What's up, Good morning.
New album, Please Don't Cry. How are you, Rap?
I'm good. I'm so happy. I'm at peace. I'm excited.
Look good. Energy's good.
Always.
We love this for you.
Thank you.
Okay, we got to get into it first before we start talk about your album.
Oh, I knew you was going to come with that. What are we talking about?
Who won, Kendrick or Drake?
Come on, bro. Kendrick.
Yes. Easy call.
Easy. It's so easy. I could do it with my eyes closed. Kendrick.
What causes an MC to win a rap battle? Because you an MC. So what causes an MC to win a rap battle?
You got to have strategy, right? I tell people it's like the art of war. You got to know who you're going against. And for this case in particular, the type of person that Kendrick is, he's strategic. Like if he goes quiet, you should know that he's cooking. But you got to have the right beats. Your bars got to be up. Your performance is a thing. Like I think all of those things matter. And the thing that I like that he did, he cooked that boy so many different ways. Like I said, he baked him, he stir fried him, he grilled him, like he marinated a little bit. Like he gave you stories, he gave you a banger, he gave you the classic hip hop bar joint. It was however you want it, I got it for you. And anything Drake said, he came back and was like, he just didn't have room. It's like when you boxing somebody on, you can't get your arms
Can't do
out.
nothing.
You can't do nothing.
I really love that Char always used the parallel of you and Kendrick when it comes to rap and the current state of rap right now. Just like the Complexion record. I feel like that was also like a great introduction to a bigger audience for you as well. But I feel like it's a little weird because I would love to see that from Cole just because y'all both from the Carolinas. What's that dynamic?
Me and Cole?
Yeah.
Like working together like that?
Yeah.
Y'all did a record though.
Yeah, we did Sojourner.
You watched him.
Oh, yeah, y'all did.
What?
You watched him on Sojourner. He did. I said it was Cole verse was phenomenal, but
Yes.
Rap watched him.
Yes.
I think it's your preference. Because, I see some people like, Cole. And I'm just like, I ain't mad at either way. We got all. What you saying, like, why we don't work together more?
Yes.
I think it's just like a
being from the
thing.
towns.
Yeah, I don't know. Kendrick since the beginning, he's always been the one to come to the studio early in the days. Like I just had a friendship with him earlier. I had his number longer. Like we text, so the friendship was just there. Even though he from the West Coast, when he would come to North Carolina, they would always bring the tour bus by. So Cole was in New York. I just didn't see him that much.
Okay, so it's real relationship.
Yeah, it's just real relationship. It ain't nothing funny, but Cole, I think Cole just moved back to NC maybe like around the pandemic time.
Okay,
so that's just he really wasn't in the proximity for me to have a relationship with him.
Have you and Kendrick ever performed Complexion or Power together?
One time, he did that short tour run. Remember, to Pimp a Butterfly, he was doing those smaller venues, intimate spots for him, and we did it in DC.
The reason I'm glad we started the conversation like this because I'm trying to set the stage for how dope Rapsody is for those who still don't know. Like your peers, the MCs hold you in high regard.
Yeah, they do.
That's why they do these type of records with you.
Yeah, and everybody says like you bring the best out of them. I'm just
you really do.
It's a beautiful, healthy competition.
I think your features that are on all your projects, from Layla's Wisdom down to this latest one, from like a Black Thought to an Erykah Badu to working with Hit Boy, it's like the quality is just different, when you tap into an album like this.
It's, when I'm creating, it's about the music. Like the music is the biggest ego in the room, and I think when you approach it from that point of view, everybody's gonna bring their best. It makes it fun and exciting. Yeah. Even on Complexion, like you go in there like, yo, I gotta meet their level. Even with the Wayne joint on the album, I wrote my verse over.
Raw.
Yo,
I wrote my verse over.
That one, I feel like for hip hop purists, that's the best one on there. I love that record.
No, you wrote it over.
I did, and I'm not afraid to say that at all. Like first time I ever did that. But I sent it to him first, and I was just approaching it like I was trying to grow and like I don't have to be so lyrical. I want to do something that's, you know, easier for people to learn, but it's not dumbed down. Like it's still me, but it's not like
just more relaxed.
Yeah. But when I got his verse back, I was like, nah. I gotta match his level of raw. Like I gotta match it. So I was like, nah, I can't get at people that. Like,
what did he say when you rewrote it?
He said, I just sent it back to him. I was like, I rewrote it. I said, I took your flow and I just put my words to it. I just want to let you know what you think. He sent me fire emojis.
That's dope.
Fire.
So
Yeah.
that was it.
The wild thing about this project is called Please Don't Cry.
Yeah.
But ironically, throughout the album, all you're doing is giving us stuff to cry about.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, what is that about, right?
That's the point. It was like the title gotta reel him in. It's about like I was never one to show my emotion in public, or you know, we grow up, maybe men especially, what you crying about. But it's really about allowing yourself to be human. Why you should cry. All the reasons you should cry. Don't cry just because you sad. Cry because it's something so funny. You laugh until you cry. Or you so in love, you know, like, or you joyful, or you angry. Like, I cry when I'm mad because if I don't, I'm going to say something or do something that I'm going to regret. So I'm going to just let it come out the tears. Like, allow yourself to just be human. I don't think we do that enough, especially in a day with social media. It's perfection in your face all day, like the highlight reel. But where's the raw stuff? So you got to remind people like you human. Like,
so you're giving people permission to own their feelings, basically.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah,
For the
yeah.
record, Rapsody is an Aquarius. So, you know.
What's that mean? Break that down.
Aquarius too?
Yeah.
Aquarius.
You all? When your birthday?
February 13th.
Okay, February
When are you?
Aquarius.
Yeah.
When
yeah,
are you?
yeah.
January. What?
January 21st.
Aquarius, they have a
yeah.
hard time showing emotion.
Emotion.
Like,
Yep.
you guys have a face, and y'all will keep that poker face so strong.
Yes.
So that's why I think this is a great.
Yeah, see,
like,
I've been healing.
You've been healing.
But
I
it's
like
not
that.
real. Because whenever she upset and try
First
to
of
play it
all,
off,
this
I
is
know when
what
she
you
mad.
don't
I'll be
do.
like she'll say something to me, and I'll
Why
literally
he come up
respond
with-
back to her like, "You just gonna say that to me like I don't know what's really going on?"
Oh no, he knows you.
Yeah,
That's a good thing.
but that's the good thing. But I really don't show my emotions. He'll make you show them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
especially if he knows you. You know, and that's honestly a cancer.
Yes.
Like that's a cancer.
Yes.
So
Very fitting.
Like I sent her a text the other day, she responded back, "Okay." And so I texted back. I said, "You think I don't know you rolled your eyes and sucked your teeth?" And I sent you a text. Like, I know when you read this, that's what you did. Like,
Yo,
stop.
Aquarius. But ain't nothing wrong with it. I know on the first single that you released for the album, Asteroid, you talked about how you almost wanted to step away from this completely.
It was a thought. Yeah.
That
Why?
broke my heart. Yeah, why?
I was just at a place like I was just seeing the music business and everything that was in front of me. I was like, yo, I feel like I'm getting tired. Like there's no place for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if people care. And it's
feel
like
like
I
there is
could do
no-
music by myself. Like I don't even have to play this game. I want to get into the film world anyway. But I love it too much. I got too much purpose in it. I have to be the example. I want to be the example rather. I get to be the example. So, you know, but it was a real thought like, man, what does it look like in this space, you know? And, you know, hip hop likes to age you out. I was, you know, as a woman, it was just so many things going through my head. And it's just like, yo, let me just pause and just really sit with it.
So what helped you get over that part of it? Because I can imagine you don't feel that way now. You better not.
You have to unplug from the matrix, right? And you look at it and you like, I feel this way because I'm trying to validate myself through all these other things that everybody like, yo, why aren't, you know, why don't I get this award, or why I'm not in this space or these same spaces as other people. And you figure out like, yo, whatever space is for me is for me. And that's what it was. Like I had to validate myself and not look for anybody else or any other of these false measurements to do it. You know, it's like, what are you in it for? I was like, damn, I just really like to connect with people and make music to inspire people. So do that. Anything else is a blessing.
Yeah.
So
How did you feel last year? I mean, it's still going on now. Last year, it was like this thing where it was like female rappers are keeping hip hop alive. Female rappers are holding it down for hip hop. But then when I look at the rappers, I'm like, I don't think Rapsody fits in to that. How did you feel?
it's a unique position. I think it's beautiful because there's so many women. We never seen it like this on this stage before, like especially with social media. So it's exciting because women. I think it was like an all female lineup for like a hot summer Hot 97. I've never seen that before. So I'm like, wow, that's beautiful for the space in women, but it's still not enough variety and harmony when you look at it. So it's like, but we still got a long way to go because this can't be the only thing that we make the reason why you're successful.
Yeah.
Like, so that's where I was at. It was like, yo, I'm not trying to dog nobody, but at the same time, like, I got to advocate for myself and others who have other stories to tell. Like, I don't see us, as one of those ones that people are like are helping to push this beautiful resurgence of women in hip hop in the forefront, in your face. So it was like, yeah, it's great for women, but on the other end, it's like, it's nothing different than any other thing America sells. Sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was it.
Did you feel like your pen wasn't being respected? Is that one of the reasons you wanted to walk away?
Nah, not necessarily. It's respected by the right people. It was just like people not listening.
Yeah.
That was it. Like I see comments. They be like, "Don't look at her," but I like to look. The psychology of people is interesting to me. I would see all the conversations, and I'm just like, what people say about me, what they think, and I'm like, oh, you never press play. You don't have to like it, but I know you never press play and really sat with it. So it was just like, man, what a fight.
What's the comments that bothered you the most? Like, well, there's always one that sticks out in our mind that motivates you when you wake up in the morning.
That motivates me.
Or pisses you off, right?
That pisses me off. I don't know. It was. I just see it. I would just take notice. I was in a space of healing, Charlamagne. So it would be like, I could tell you older things, but now it was just a place of like I could look at it and observe, and I didn't have to be emotional about it. I could just be like, okay, I see where you are. You got some growing to do as a human. But it would be things like, one of the conversations is between mostly the guys, right? The guys that I would see mostly is like, all the women do is shake their ass and da-da-da. You should be Rapsody. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm the standard. And other women like, oh, y'all only bring up Rapsody when y'all trying to put down another female. So I'm sitting in the middle like, I see both sides of what y'all saying. Like, don't make me the standard to put down nobody else. I ain't never with that. But at the same time, there is something to be said about why don't you women tap into Tierra Whack, Rapsody, or LaKaylee 47? Like, where, does it have to be that you need somebody to tell you that this is who you should pay attention to?
Yeah.
So that's what it was. It was like, because you don't have to be me, but I know there's a lot more women that don't get the opportunity to get the support,
And then, like, if you're trying to appeal to men, why not listen to one? Why not, like, listen to what these men are saying? And to be honest with you, I've been put on by your music by men, like my brothers, my father, my cousin. And then when I got this, before I got the job officially, just before I told everybody I got the job and I didn't have it yet, I was guest hosting. He would bring you up a lot. Yeah, he will always bring you up.
Big supporter.
But I always heard about you from men. Like, you have a big male fan base.
Yeah.
Like, they like to hear you spit that shit.
She can rap.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because I tell people that. Like, I would see comments, they be like, if y'all support Rapsody, why y'all don't buy a record? I'd be like, I got a big male following.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was just part of my fight. And then too, like, another conversation I would be thinking about was, you would see, like, especially when it comes to women and the sex appeal, it'd be like it's empowering. And I'd be like, yeah, I could see how it is for sure. Like, especially when Kim came up and, it wasn't a thing like she made, like, it's okay to love our bodies, but it's so one-sided now. And I'm thinking, like, is it really, like, this was a conversation me and somebody else were having and they brought it up and I was like, that's a great point. Is it really empowering if a man is writing it? Because but there's women that write their own, but a lot, they're men penning it. Let's just be real.
So it's still the patriarchy.
So it's still the patriarchy. Yeah. Like, we try to take ownership because we're the face of it. But is it really empowering if it's not your story, if it's not your words? You know, like, it's just a thought that I'm just like, I would love to people to explore that thought more. Because I have conversations with some women, and they'll be like, yo, rap, I love what you do. Yo, I want to rap like this. I want to rap like that. But this is what they like. I'm just like, you should do what you like. You should do what you want to. That's my only thing. Like, you should be able to show up how you want to show up. If it is sexy and if it's real to you, then do that. But if you doing it just because you feel like this is the only way that I could be successful, and this is I see everybody else doing it, so this is what we got to do to make it, that's whack to me. You know? Like, I don't feel like you could be all the way happy if you're doing something that's not true to you.
You think a woman can take off and rap without a male cosign?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I think, we have so many resources. If you make great music, one thing Ninth always told me, it might take you longer, but people can't deny it. So it's kind of like either down for the marathon or not. That's everybody. Like, man, woman, it don't matter. If the music good, somebody gonna find it eventually. But I think you can, like, but you gotta make great music and still be on your branding and marketing and all the little things. But I do think it's possible.
Cause I always think about how dope it would have been if, like, the way a Drake embraces a sexy red, Kendrick would embrace you in that way. I think that goes a long way sometimes.
Yeah, no, it does.
Or Cole.
And he has,
to be Cole.
Complexion was a big alley for me. But yeah,
and then to be honest, a lot of embracing from, like, older generations. I notice a lot of people like to embrace people that can't touch them.
Yes.
Like, you get what I'm saying?
What?
Yep.
Yes.
Like, they will embrace people that they know cannot
touch them.
Yeah, beat them lyrically. Can't even. I'm just gonna throw you in because your popularity. You got the big platform right now. You what they want to be like. You're playing into what pussy, money, drugs, all that. All right, cool. So I'm gonna take you under my wing. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep me in the game. Shit.
Keep my name out there attached.
But yeah,
that's a real thing.
That's crazy.
It is a honor though to be the bar. I know it's so like misweighted because it's like everybody else and then Rapsody. Do you feel like a pressure at all because you are the bar?
Nah.
No pressure?
No, only because it's real to me. The things I talk about, I don't like, I'm going to do this because I do it because I want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I care. The things I say, I care about. So it's not a pressure in that way. I will say, like, sometimes I think about, like, yo, if I wanted to have fun and just do something and show people the side of me, like, I like the club too. Like, I'm a well-rounded human being. But then I'd be like, yo, those are the times I feel a little pressure. It's like, you don't have room to do that because nobody else is talking about the things that need to be talked about. It's a lot of people having fun. So, like, okay, we got enough of that. Who's gonna be the voice to make sure we talk about those things? So that part, sometimes I'm just like, yo, I would love to let people see what a fun album for me. Like, I'm just having fun.
Would it bring you peace though?
That.
Okay.
I mean, I think with the albums, maybe your intention is different, but I feel like you could still do that. Maybe give us a tape.
Yeah, I started one.
Really?
Yeah, I explore.
A turn up tape.
Fun.
Yeah, I call it my ignorant album, but ignorant for me, and I mean that just by the beats, like. But yeah, I wanted to do something that was that side of me because I haven't shown that side.
Yeah.
So
you haven't shown this side either of the.
No.
Please Don't Cry.
I started working on 3 albums at one time.
Damn.
I called Sherry. I was like, Sherry, that's the co-president of Rock Nation. I said, I want to put out 3 albums in 1 year. She was like, rap. I was like, I need to show people all sides of me. She was like, no, absolutely not. We have to give proper attention and support to the albums each. So I was like, okay.
How did this album, you said, because I've heard you say that this album has brought you the most peace you've ever seen. How does an album this raw and vulnerable bring you peace?
It brings me peace because it's the most me I've ever been. I'm so fearless now. Again, like I'm Neo, like unplugged from the Matrix and living my reality. So that's like everybody's been asking me, how you feel? Like the album's about to come out. And I tell them I'm at peace because I have no expectations. I'm not thinking about I need to do this amount of numbers. Like, yo, what's good? Do we need to do this? I'm just like, people like it or they don't.
Yeah.
I made an album that I was happy with, and I shared things that I wanted to share that were for me. Like, so many albums I was shining a light on the world, and this one, it was like I need to shine a light on me. And so to be able to, like, because I'm so private and I protect myself in that way, and I held so much in, I feel lighter. Because, you know, I'm so confident, and again, I'm not afraid to just share. I was afraid before because I was afraid of judgment. What people would think, like, you're not perfect. You're not always the good girl. You have disappointed yourself in some people. But it's like, it's okay. We all do at some point.
I like that mindset to have. You don't have any expectations. Charlamagne said it a lot about, like, his books, events, all of that. Like, people out here, people ask, are you excited about? Like, we just had the second annual Black Effect Podcast Festival in Atlanta. And someone's like, are you excited? And he was like, I mean, I have no expectations. It's either, you know, it was big. It turned out big last year. It's gonna do that this year. I mean, if it doesn't, it's like, I like to have that. I like that mindset. I'm trying to get there.
You can get there.
Girl, I'll be like, before every show, you're like, you ready? I'm like, yeah. yeah. I'm always like that.
People love you for you.
Yeah.
And when you, like, really, I think, take that in and hone it, it's just like, I just got to go up here and be myself.
That's right.
And I end up doing it. I just can't ever be that calm before a show.
Before it's the nerve. Yeah.
So.
I think that's because just you care, though.
Yeah.
I still get like that before shows. Normally when I go on a show too easy, I'm like, yo, you too relaxed.
Yeah.
You gonna mess up. So that just shows you care. I don't think that's too bad.
So what pushed you to the point of wanting to live, you know, like this much in your truth and be this transparent?
I wanted to grow, you know. I had gotten out of a relationship when I started this project, and healing from that, you know, therapy. You realize it's never about the person, it's about you. So once you, like, start to sit and ask yourself these questions, trying to figure out how to heal from the relationship, the relationship is over with. It's just like, oh, what are the mirrors in front of me? What are the things about me that make me feel, you know, incomplete? Or all the things, why do I act like this when this happens? So it was like an onion. I was just peeling back, and I was just like
crying every time you peel back a layer.
Boy, that 2020 year was crazy. Yeah, a lot of solitude, a lot of tears, a lot of praying. And I have a beautiful village, so my homegirls would tell me, like, yo, your next phase is you gotta let people see you. The human part of you. You gotta be vulnerable. And so I love a good challenge. It was hard, uncomfortable. It was not fun, but the other side is so beautiful. So it's like that you really gotta let yourself sit in the fire and burn. And some days I was like, man, am I gonna feel like this forever? But now,
I was gonna ask, like, which specific experience led to, like, the journey of self-exploration and self-acceptance. So it was a breakup.
Yeah.
So this is like your My Life album.
Yeah. You wildin'.
Okay. This is your My Life. Okay, it's making sense now.
It's a lot of my life, all pieces of it. Yeah, relationship was dope though. Like, I learned a lot in a relationship about even how to begin this journey. You know, they was back-to-back relationships, so I got out of a long one. Had a little time and I got in another one. But
The second one was just a rebound.
No.
Really?
No.
She said she had a little
Dang,
time.
why you on? But
No,
I'm just asking. I don't know.
I mean, yes, that happens, but that wasn't
All right.
my experience. It was the relationship that impacted me the most. I wouldn't have become the person I am now without that relationship. So they gave me, like, the starter pack tools, you know, to figure out. They say people come into your life for a reason, season, or lifetime. And there was definitely reason in this. I think it could be multiple things. So, yeah, you know. But once it was like, now you on your own, you by yourself, I was like, oh, I got to do the work, you know.
Are you ready to answer those questions, though? Because this album is going to be having people ask a lot of questions about.
Yeah, some things that I shared.
Yeah.
some things I'm okay with, and some things I'm okay with. Like, I gave you what I gave you. Some things are for me though.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's some things I'm okay with talking about, and there's others it's just like, you don't need to know the rest. You know.
You talked about unplugging, and you also talk about it on one of them days that you sampled Monica. Fire sample.
Crazy.
I kind of wanted to know what was the inspiration behind it. Did somebody like piss you off, and then you heard the record and you kind of like went into a daze? Like, talk to me about that.
Nah, it was like having my conversation with my homegirls. She, my homegirl Raina Biddy. She was a poet. She did stuff on Eve. She was texting me. She was a list of things. People need to know what makes you mad, what makes you sad, who you in love with. Do you like to have sex? Like I was like, okay.
It's like when you have too many friends that's healing, when you got too many friends that's doing the work, it's like, come on now.
They need to know why, like how you fucking, what kind of you did.
And I screenshot it. I was like, okay, so I'm in the studio. I'm writing on the whiteboard. I'm like, what are all the things about me that people I want to share? And now it's just Aquarius, like very, you know, personable person, but my social battery goes down really fast, and I don't want to be don't call me, I don't want to talk. You like that?
I'm very much like that. I just had a conversation in there, like earlier this episode, like, no, I don't like to talk to people.
It's turned off now.
Yeah.
So it was just like, okay, that's a part of me that I want to share. And especially too, because of the pandemic, especially, I spent so much time by myself, and I was healing, and my friends would hit me, and I probably wouldn't hit them back for 8 months. And
Damn.
like
They might not hear from me. 8 months.
Yeah. I was not
quarantining, Tina.
Quarantining. Yeah, Mike. Nah, you know, or if I did, it would. Yeah, no, I was not hitting people back. You had to be like in a really, really, really close circle for me to talk to you during that time.
I got you. Yeah.
So, and it was just like, I heard the song, so I was like, yo, that's the perfect flip, because that's exactly how I feel. Like, don't take it personal. It's not personal. It's a me thing. And that's where that came from. Like, I knew and I wanted it to feel good and not sad, because the very first version of this album was heavy and sad. And I was like, I don't want to make something that people can feel, but they don't want to go back to it because it's too heavy. So it was like, let's lighten it up. Yo.
What was it like writing when you was unlearning like those habits and those beliefs and those behaviors that didn't serve you no more?
Man, the writing was so easy. Like,
wow.
When I tell you things were it was pouring out. Like, it's probably the best writing I've ever done. And I think because I was healing and unplugged and just not have no expectations, I didn't write to have to prove anything. You know, before it was like I'm trying to make my way in the game. I'm trying to get the respect and all those things. And it's like, when you don't care no more, you can be profound. And I think that's some of the best music that you can make. You know what I'm saying? Like, the simplest word, it don't have to have a crazy metaphor, but people connect with it. And I was like, because I was listening to Lauren's Unplugged a whole lot during this process. And I was just like, she don't have like a lot of crazy double entendres and all that, but the things she's saying are hitting because they just real. It's profound lyricism. And I was like, dang, that's where I want to work on. But yeah, it was just easy because I knew myself too. When you healing and you know exactly who you are and how you want to show up, and like you finding yourself again, I wasn't creating through anybody else's perception. Like, early in my career, I had Knife, I had Guru, I had a beautiful village. And because I was so unsure and not confident, and, you know, we was trying to figure out, like, yo, how we gonna get you to this next level? Like, you know, they would be like, let's do a song about this, or let's write about this. And I'd be like, yeah, okay, bet, rap. And there's nothing wrong with, like, the intention was beautiful. But now it's just like, it was just all me.
You gotta do what you feel.
Yeah.
I love when rappers rap about things I've never heard before on records, right? So that's why I love Mr. Morale and the Big Stepper so much. Your album, Please Don't Cry, is the same way. You got a song about dementia, which is something that impacts so many of us. Like, we all have a loved one that, you know, suffering from dementia or had dementia. Like, what made you want to speak on that?
Because it was such a big part of my life during that time. my aunt, who's my mom's sister, her older sister, helped raise me. So it's like all my aunts like my second moms. So when she got diagnosed, it hit me like, yo, my grandmother had it, but you know, to sit with somebody and see it progress, it was just it's just a big part of my life, and it affected me so emotionally. And it was just like I want to talk about it, and because I do know so many people that go through it, and that's just everything I was feeling, I was just putting on paper. You know, and I think people need that, but that's just what it was. Like, I think about her all the time. You know, every time I go home, that's the first place I go. Sometimes before I stop at my mom. And this last time I went, I was there for like 4 hours. We was talking, laughing. I think the last hour, somebody came in the house and they was like, you know who that is? She was like, I don't know. And I was like, damn.
Don't that hurt?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And, you know, I think about my cousins, that's her kids. So it was just like, you know, a story that I wanted to share. Like, if you want to know me, this is what I go with. This is what I go through when I'm having with my family. You know, so.
Your grandma got dementia, right?
Yeah, and that's why I say that definitely hurts. My father had gave my grandmother a birthday party, and he DJs and he does karaoke, and she loves to sing and dance and all of that stuff, right? And I came, me and my little sister went, and she ain't know who I was, like, you know what I'm saying? You can tell, because she don't greet me like that. You know, she called me Jade or Boo Boo or whatever, and she was just like, oh, how are you? How you doing? Just like I'm like, you know, a regular person. But then my dad, we like our favorite song to perform at karaoke is UTFO, Roxanne. So he put that on. She instantly knew who I was, and she came up. She said, where's Robin? Robin is my mother. I'm like, I've been here for 2 hours. And you just now, so I'm getting smart with her. She don't realize, but my grandmother's a firecracker at the same time. She's like, yeah, where's your mother at? I don't want to see you. I want to see Robin. You know what I'm saying? So I still treat her the same way, you know, because she wouldn't want me to treat her like, oh, grandma, it's going to be okay. Like, we've never been like that. You know, she's still hard on me and all that type of stuff. But to relate to that it does hurt. Yeah, it's like,
a hard disease to go through. Like, the mind goes and the memory. And, you know, but same thing, my family's the same way. Like, I remember the first time, like, she was really doing things where I could really see it, because I couldn't always see it before, but I remember the day, and my other aunt came over, and we was just talking about it. She just said, she bust out laughing, you know, like talking to pictures or whatever. I was in my feelings. She started laughing. She's like, girl, we gotta laugh to keep from crying. And that just changed me. Like, so it's beautiful to see, like, how the family takes care of her, and we just, whatever she on that day, we just all a part of it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
And it makes it a little easier. But yeah, it's tough.
Now, is it true you credited Sanaa Lathan with helping you make this album?
Yeah.
Why?
How?
Finishing it.
Okay.
She be rapping?
She don't rap, but she sing.
Oh, okay.
And I'm where the camera at.
Sanaa Lathan sings?
Sanaa Lathan can sing. Like, yeah.
Wow.
And when we worked on the movie On the Come Up in 2021, and she brought me on to help with the music and coach the actor. But I got to see how much of a music fan, especially hip hop, she was, because like I'd send her demos and stuff. She'd tell me about the beat and what she liked, and I was like, you know what you're talking about. And you know, we talked about music a lot, but she was a big part of the healing process, for one, right? Because you know, healing goes in phases.
Right.
So she had put me on to this course. It was called howtobemagnetic.com or whatever, and I did the course, and it was so instrumental, like meditation, like. She helped me get through over the hump. Yeah. So we was in New York at a premiere, and she was always asking about the album, because you know we talked about pretty much everything. And she was like, "You not finished with it yet?" Just like everybody on the internet. I was like, "Nah, I'm still not finished." She was like, "What's taking so long?" I was like, "I don't know." I said, "I feel like it's too gray. Like I see music in color sometimes." I said, "I don't know. I think it's too gray. It might be too sad. Like." I'm just overthinking it. I could do that sometimes. And so she was like, play me some songs. So I played her like 3 or 4 songs, and she was like, it's not too sad. It's exactly what people need. Finish the album. And because she said that, I was like, okay. and I finished the album.
Mm.
Other than that, I probably would still be recording right now.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
So,
Yo, man, I do love having Felicia on the project.
Oh,
I thought that was such
First
a
of
great
all,
touch.
first of all, say the full name.
Yeah.
Rashad.
Yes,
Felicia
that's
Rashad.
Felicia Rashad.
Sorry.
Okay.
Y'all knew who I was talking about. Why
No,
you
we gotta
doing this?
spell it out. Felicia
Felicia
Rashad.
Sorry, yes, you have
Mhm.
Felicia Rashad narrate, and I love on the intro, the only way out is in. Do you even know who you are? I'm like, this project really takes you on a ride, but you having her narrate, I feel like was so vital just because as a black woman, you know, she's one of the ones that we looked up to.
Yes.
Due to Cosby. Even Sanaa Lathan, I feel like,
Yeah.
hell, Erica, you got the holy grail black woman, you know what I'm saying, on
That is
this
true.
album. So it's just been fire. But how did you connect with her?
It was a lot easier than I thought. Cause I was like, I think big. I'ma always go big, and I'm like, all they can say is no. So I was just prepared. I was telling my manager, I was like, if she doesn't, we can't get her, then this person back up. But my manager got information on her manager, and she sent her the request. And at first they were like, well, we want to hear some music, and I was busy at the time. But before I could even send it, it was maybe 2 days might have went by.
You egg Felicia Rashad, yo.
She
You
what?
hit Felicia Rashad
yeah.
with the I'm too busy.
No, I didn't hit it. No,
crazy,
you
man.
wildin'. That's not what happened. I was to get, the song. I'm trying to figure out what exactly to send her because
Okay.
the album wasn't all the way done. So I was like, and I was moving around. So it was maybe 2 days later. I was traveling. Charlamagne. But I think like they asked for the music, and then I think the next day she was just like, yes. I don't know if they Google. I don't know what happened, but I was like, my mouth was on the floor. I was like, what? And so I wrote out the parts and sent them to her, and she recorded it.
Wow.
And she's so good. Like, I wrote out my part and her part, and she did it on a voice memo in her hotel. But she's just so good, like you can hear it. But I chose her for that, for the very reason of what she represents to the black community, to us. I was watching The Matrix, and I was so intrigued by the relationship of Neo and the Oracle. And it was like that was the journey I was on, and how she guided him. So when we were in the studio, and I was with Black Odyssey in Austin, Texas, they helped executive produce the album with S1. They were like, how you gonna put pieces together? And that's what I thought of, and she was the only voice that I heard. So
Damn, so what's her color? If you say the album was black and white or gray at one point,
yeah.
what was her color? What color did she bring to it?
She gotta be like a brown, orange, yellow, warm, very warm. The light. That's what she represents. Yeah.
So what color is the song like Diary of a Mad Bitch?
That's red. I see red. I see blood. No
my
hesitation.
God. Yep.
Blood on the floor.
What was the inspiration of that record? Was that you saying? People always like, oh, that's the stereotype, angry black woman. Was that you like owning that? Like, I got a right to be angry.
Yeah, we be mad sometimes. And I was, one of the questions was, what makes you mad? I'm lying niggas.
Yeah.
Like, and I just thought about every relationship I've been in, there's be some lying niggas. And so I be barking. Before like I learned how to communicate or whatever, like, I'm super chill, but when I go there, And I was thinking I was like, I used to yell all the time and cuss people out. I might throw a chair, not at them when they leave, so I was like, and when I was creating this album, I created it differently. I would get on Pinterest and I would find pictures. It would be colors palettes sometimes, or words, or just photos. And with Diary of a Mad Bitch, there were 2 photos. It was one of a Doberman growling. And I was like, that's how I feel. The niggas be messing with me like that. And then it was one that had hands and honey was dripping down really slow. And I showed the honey one, the S1. I was like, what does it sound like? And that's when he made the beat, and it sounded so angry and aggressive. The drums, he did them in reverse, so it sounds like it's sticky pulling. And I was like, oh, this is my mad song. Who I'm mad at? Niggas. So yeah, I own that.
Yeah.
I be mad. I be mad.
I really like how you're using the Pinterest images to create the sound. I love a good mood board too. I do that for everything.
Yeah.
Anytime I gotta like execute something, I need to see, help inspo for the vision in order to execute. So that's dope. And also just outside from just the music, I love the interview that you did with Erykah Badu.
Oh,
Very, very dope. And it's just real. Like you and her are two people that like we can look up to and chime in and get like a direct reflection of us back. So seeing you guys have a conversation was dope. But what inspired you guys to have a 3 a.m. convo?
to have the conversation. That was really part of the rollout. Like we did it in chapters. So got with the label, my management team, and they were like, how are we going to tell this story to the people? And we had a plan of like the singles we wanted to release. And I was sitting at home during the holidays, and I called Sherry. I was like, the single plan we had it doesn't feel good to me, because it was like raw first. I was like, everybody know I can rap. Like they got to see something different. They got to see the human part of me. And so I was like, 3 a.m. has to be in there. You know, it was like Rap is Back, of course. Unveiling, which was Stand Tall. And then Erykah, 3 a.m. was Unconditional, you know, learning to love yourself. So we knew, like, it can't just be music. Like, people, like rap people don't know about you, so they have to see you have conversations.
Right.
And so we knew 3 a.m. was going to come out. We was like, we need to have a conversation piece about it. And she's so good to talk to. I felt like it was something to have for people to go back and reference. Because there's so many conversations now, men this, women that, and relationships. And, you know, it was just like, yo, what happened to just love? Like, even in music, like, there's a lot of sex songs, but what about love? And that was it. Like, I just knew, like, well, that's the chapter, so that has to be the conversation. But Erykah is so insightful and wise that I already knew she was going to drop mad gem. No.
Everybody was not from here.
She from out of this world.
Yeah, look at the picture that they chose.
That part right there.
That's not even how she came here.
She watching over the room.
Yeah.
That's Queen Mother Goddess right there.
Look at his shirt.
You damn right.
Yeah, I like that you put that on today.
I will crash somebody, Erykah Badu.
You and me both.
Right.
Now, I saw you tweet, there's no such thing as female hip hop.
Yeah, I don't like that.
What is that? Elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah, it's just hip hop. Like they try to rebuttal me like, there are women who make songs specifically for women. That's called an audience, sir. Right. Her audience is women, but what she does is hip hop.
Yep.
Like when you label something, labels are just there to separate us.
Mm-hmm.
So if you labeling it female hip hop, then you putting it in a category where this is just for females, and you looking at it a certain way. It's like, no, they do hip hop, they rap, but their audience may be mostly women. You know, and I just hate the separation in labels. It's already hard for us. It's just another form of sexism to me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't make female hip hop. Nigga, I rap for everybody. You get it or you don't. And my fan base shows that. I got men, women, older people, younger people. It's just, that's what it is. So it's like, we not about to do that. And I'm going to advocate for it.
You do address it a little bit on Asteroids, though, because you said if I went basic, I'd be in the rave. If I had a dick,
I'd be in the greatest
debate.
Yeah.
I feel that way, too. So there
My
is.
G.
What if you had a dick that you would be? Girl, here we go.
My God.
So there is a lot of sexism still in it, because I'm like, there's nothing that these guys are doing that Rapsody's not doing better. You're not going to tell me you don't listen to Rapsody and just hear somebody barring motherfuckers up.
They don't be trying to hear me.
Because you don't got a dick.
I ain't got a dick. They be like, you ain't got no hit.
You think it's the hit of the dick?
Both.
Dang.
I'ma just be real with myself. People so superficial. Like, that stuff matter to them.
Yeah.
You know, because they've been programmed to think that now. People don't know how to think for themselves. So it's like, if it ain't got mad numbers, a chart, and it don't matter. Like,
I disagree though, because they don't mention women in the greatest debates. Nikki she should be, but Nikki's not in the GOAT debate. Lauren's not really in the GOAT debate. They acknowledge them as being dope, but not like the dope rappers they are.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's why we gotta change that.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here. We in the debate, baby.
Yeah.
I just saw Lauren perform on Jimmy Fallon. She spit a verse. I was like, my God.
New
When
one?
it was new.
Yeah.
I
I don't
missed
know if
that.
it's going to
Damn.
be on anything, but if you go on Jimmy Fallon, oh, man. You just got to go listen to the verse.
What prompted you to address questions about your sexuality on the Stand Tall record?
Because it would be conversations throughout the years of my career. And so it was like things that I internalized too, like the way that I dress or whatever. People assume things about you, or because you don't know who I've been in a relationship. I'm private, so they just assume who you are. So it's just like, let me just address it head on. Then you hear it from me.
You said the judgment's on me. They wondering if I'm an Eat the Coochie fan, all because I choose the style and sneakers and some baggy pants. Used to make me Aggie, want to black out like the Aggie fans. When I heard that line, I thought about Nyla.
Yeah,
Of course you did.
No,
you have
Of course you did.
the same
Same
judgment.
thing.
That's what I'll be like. It's like if you dress like this, oh, you do not like men because you're not catering to men of what we think men want to be catered to. And now the conversation I be seeing men having is like, yo, we miss having some imagination about it.
Do you hear me? That's why I'm like, yo.
Y'all gonna show us everything?
It's a
so
weird
listen
balance.
to the man. If all with these new, newer brands of women are trying to appeal to men all the time, listen to them. They don't always want to get online and see titties and areolas and misplaced belly buttons and all that. Like, they don't want to see that all the time. Like, I'd rather not even see your stomach if your belly button right up under your titties. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like
you
it
are
was
hilarious.
more difficult to be taken seriously when you was trying, like, if they're focused on trying to get with me or trying to bag me or like, you know what I mean? So I would rather just be the bro. I'd rather you look at me and just want to push me forward to what I'm actually trying to achieve than you trying to fuck
shit
me.
is the sexiest ever. Like, when you are not a bro, but when you are like in your most natural element. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not caked up. You're not like, that is naturally pretty to me. Like, you naturally pretty to me. And that's how I dress on stage. And I can beg any nigga in the show, outside the show, all that, but they want me to be a stud real bad. You know what I'm saying? Just because I do.
Charlamagne.
Shut up.
But see, I come from Nas. When Nas said showing 3/4 of cloth, never showing your stuff off, boo. Like, that was
That's how
fly.
it is.
Yeah.
Yo,
So,
you fly as hell.
thank you.
I'm a affirm that to you.
Yeah.
And and it's not even just in music. Like, I hear women in the business, they say like, sometimes I cover up just so I can go in the meeting and we can have a straight on meeting.
Yes.
Yep.
I ain't about to do that. But yeah, it's just like everything is for display. I'm just like, yo, I like to have you guessing, like, the days we do want to pop out, they be like, damn,
that's
I
what
be
it
like, yeah.
Yep.
Love that reaction.
Yep.
So it's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not comfortable. I like to be comfortable. I'm just be real with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Them heels hurt my feet.
But also it's like a weird like social pressure, because it's like, all right, in the workplace you got to be respected, but then like with your homegirls, you still want to embrace your inner femininity, but then with a black household, it's like, whatever you do, don't be a hoe. Don't look like a hoe. Don't embarrass me like a hoe. Don't do anything. You know what I mean? So it's just like, all right, how do I juggle not embarrassing you, but being myself, but still embracing like my femininity that I'm growing into, So I like how you talk about it, because it is a journey, to get through.
It's
Is
like
being a
once-
whole part of the femininity, though?
No, but just
No.
don't act like black parents, because I'm sure you
I
did
get what
this
you
to your
saying.
daughters too. Like, them shorts too short. You a
damn
hoe.
right.
Go upstairs and change. And be like,
Yeah.
Well, I ain't say you a hoe.
Yeah.
Not yet. I haven't had to say that yet.
nah, yeah, it's coming. It's in your back pocket. I know it's in your back
Yeah,
pocket.
why y'all say that? He may not even have to say it. Yeah.
I would
don't want him
say that's
to.
how people are going to perceive you.
Yeah.
I think knowing you're gonna jump out the window and say you dress like a hoe.
You looking
Then-
hoish out there.
Yeah,
you
then
dress
you're gonna
like-
go
yeah,
upstairs
yes,
and say,
yes.
you know what, baby, I don't want you to think you're a hoe, but
You
this
dress
is how
like
other
one.
people, yes.
Yeah.
This is how hoes dress.
Anyways,
That's what I would say, something like that,
Yeah.
But that's not a part of femininity, though, right?
No. I don't think so.
no,
Femininity is
I was just saying, like, all the pressures from different capacities, and then trying to balance it and figure out who you are throughout that. That's all I'm getting.
Because you want to be respected. You want to be respected. Even the women who don't, I mean, like who go the extra mile to show all, they still want to be respected.
Yeah.
They just want to fit in so bad.
Yes.
You know, and keep up with what, you know, they think is the standard. You know what I'm saying? But bitches be wanting respect.
See, but you know, it's hard to have
Bitches be
both.
wanting
I mean, I'm saying, you know, like women.
It's hard to have attention and respect. It's hard to get attention and respect at the same time.
Really?
It's like you got to pick. Well, that's how I feel. What do you think?
I think it's easy. You just have to know who you are and show up as that confidently.
Yeah.
You know, people can see that and they respect it and they attracted to it. That's what I think. You know, like
Definitely. It's not hard. I slap shit out of mine. I need to be respected straight off the rip, you know, and what was that when you said?
Attention or respect.
And it's, girl, big attention with respect. Yes, I will take the
All
double
right.
platter. Yes.
Well, I just say that to say there are some people who might show a lot more and get a lot more attention.
I got you.
Versus,
what kind of attention, I guess, is the question.
That's
then.
true.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
True.
what type of attention are you looking for? And that changes the answer.
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about your
Me too.
packaging. Your promotion is crazy.
Yes.
Thank you.
You
Thank
always
you.
got a creative way to appeal to your fans. Like when she does Pass the Aux and we always have your music. She always samples a song. Like she'll tell us like little creative ways that you be like that one time, like
the
your
t-shirt?
promo, like
Oh, yeah,
yes,
the
the
QR code,
t-shirt
yeah,
joint.
yeah.
Like I'm like, okay, that's creative as shit. That's dope. That's how you really know who you connected to as well. Like
Yeah.
your fans are really loyal to you.
It's one of my favorite things about putting out an album.
Mhm.
Like the music is, of course, but then it's like, all right,
That part is fun. Like what?
how we gonna roll this out
Creatively,
And
yeah.
with this one, I watched the movie Air. I
Mhm.
don't know if you've seen it.
No.
It's
Michael
it's
Jordan
about
joint.
it's about
Oh, yes,
Nike
I did.
and Michael
Yes, I
Jordan.
did. I'm sorry.
I was so inspired by the branding and marketing of
Yeah.
it, and it was just like, it ain't about the shoe, it's about the person wearing the shoe. I was
Yeah.
like, so I called the team. I was like, I want to roll this out like a Nike ad for a shoe, but with the album. How we gonna do that?
Did that.
And you know, we really wanted, again, like I was in the place of like free, like I'm not worried about Billboard or nothing like that. It's just like, let's just focus on the fan base.
Mm.
So, you know, we just made them a part of it, and we just told the story from that way, just being organic, and the ideas was just flowing.
Yeah.
Like, my mind worked like that. I can't explain it, but yeah, I'm
That's
glad
why you
people
want to be in film
received
too.
it.
That's good. I can see that. Yep.
Thank you.
I just got a couple more questions. I love the Stand Tall record, and on the Stand Tall record, you talk about the challenges of living with anxiety
Yeah.
and the difficulty in finding effective solutions. Because you even mentioned how the doctors struggled to identify what was even your issue.
Yeah. Well, they identified it. I just didn't accept it. It was a journey. Like I have Graves' disease, thyroid disease, and I was diagnosed in 2009, 10. But before that, probably from when I graduated high school up until maybe I was late 20s, I would wake up out of my sleep running for the door, like. Cause I felt like I can't breathe. I'm about to die. Somebody gonna find me because I'm not about to lay in this bed. Like I would just get anxious, and it got worse and worse. And it was one day, I had lost like 15 pounds. I got down to 110 pounds. I wasn't exercising, eating whatever I wanted, having more panic attacks, and so I was diagnosed. And I used to think the anxiety came from there. They'd be like, "Don't drink caffeine, you know, it'll make you."
Yeah.
Right, and I'm
Red
doing all
Bull.
these, and I'm doing all these things, and I'm still getting anxious. Like now, it's just not at night. I could just be driving somewhere, and it'll just hit me. And you know when you have anxiety. I don't know if you feel like you really about to die.
Have a heart attack, yeah.
Yes, I would go to ER, call the ambulance, and they'd be like, "Nothing's wrong with you. Go take a Tums. It's gas, or it's just anxiety. Do you want anxiety medication?" I'd be like, "No, I'm not taking that." And it got to a point where it was just like, that doesn't work, so I had to figure out a way to calm myself down. Instead of working on myself mentally, it would be like, I'm gonna drive to the ER, I'm gonna just sit in the parking lot until I calm down, because for me it was like, at least if it's really something happening, you right there.
Yeah.
So I would do these things, and a friend of mine, they were with me when I had a panic attack one time, and they were like, nothing's happening to you. You don't understand how strong and powerful your mind is. You're creating that. Like when you think about it, you create physical responses. And, you know, I sat with it. I'm just, you know, they send me YouTubes and I watch YouTubes about it. Your mind is powerful. So first I had to accept that, right? And I think once you accept it, then you gain your power back. So I haven't had a panic attack since probably mid-2020. And it was not only getting my mind right and elevating my consciousness and awareness, I was exercising every day. I changed my diet. I stopped eating pork. I don't eat beef for maybe like once or twice a year. You know, drinking a lot more water. And now I can feel one coming on, but it don't even get there because I already tell myself what's happening and it don't even affect me.
Yeah.
So I haven't had one since.
So that's why you said in the rap, you can believe what you choose.
Yep. Yep. You create your own experiences.
And I just noticed this. We each other. That's your label?
Yes.
I didn't know. I'm just noticing. I ain't know.
I wasn't ready to announce it.
Oh, okay. So I'm just looking at the vinyl and I see that we each other, Jamla and Rock Nation. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire.
So who you got artists too?
Yeah.
She not ready.
What you mean? It's on the album. It's coming out tomorrow.
Well, it's not yet, but
It's okay. It's okay.
We here now.
We here now.
We here now.
I can still have my moment when that time comes. But yes, I started. This is my last album on Jamla Records, and that's my family forever. But it got to a point where I felt like, you know, I've learned so much. I feel like I reached the ceiling, and it's like you leave the nest many times over in life.
Yeah.
You know, you get 18, leave the home, you leave the nest. And I feel like you do it many times over. So, you know, I told Goo and Knife, I was like, I think it's time for me, you know, to try this on my own. So I have a business partner, Andre Mego, who's also an artist. And our first artist that we signed together is Nico Brim.
Yeah, Nico.
Oh, wow.
Nico's interlude. Love
that's
it.
what's up.
Yeah, so I'm excited to, you know, introduce that more to the world.
Word.
That was
Soon,
great.
pretty soon.
That's why he got his own interlude on the project.
That's why he has his
Makes
own
sense.
interlude
That
on the
makes sense.
project. Yeah.
Well, big CEO rap. You know what I mean?
love it.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for your time as always.
Thank you. Thank y'all for making space for me. Thank you for always saying my name. I
Always.
appreciate the love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Please Don't Cry is out right now. And it's Rapsody, y'all. It's The Breakfast Club.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.